Is there an omen from above plaguing us? Welcome back to Lurking Dusk. Benny Paulsen here, and tonight I'd like to go over some unusual sightings reported by some of our neighbors here in town. Residents in the neighborhoods surrounding Sable Park have noted seeing a large winged beast stalking around in the park during the nights. All descriptions of this creature have been the same. A large humanoid winged creature with large red eyes that seem to glow. These descriptions are leading many residents to dub these sightings as the return of the Mothman, the old West Virginian cryptid. This has left many Granville residents in concern as to whether or not this may be a bad omen. Yet some are fighting these claims by saying that the Mothman is not a bad omen, rather he just appears at random. Since these sightings began, various businesses have seen different unlucky events surrounding their organizations, the most notable and recent being the Twin Kisses Creamery. The conspiracy organization, the Order of the Leaf, has stated that they are currently undergoing.
Hello? Hello? Ah, perfect. Hello there, Granville. My name is Markus. I apologize for cutting into your broadcast, but what I have to say is important. I have been watching and I have been listening. Using the radio that I'm currently using to control this channel, I've picked up some strange signals. The signals are encrypted and hard to decipher, but I've done it. We need to be alert. Benjamin, I hope you're listening to this as well. There are things happening around town that are not of coincidence. This radio host seems to refuse this evidence, but I see it. I see it everywhere. As does that woman. She knows. She does. She won't tell you. She would prefer you stay dormant. That you stay in a state of weakness. But you have true potential. Do you remember the mansion? These signals, they highlight a battle. Not in the traditional sense, but a battle nonetheless. At first, I thought that they were coming strictly from elsewhere, an outsider, hiding from our vision. But there is evidence of provocation, an initiating signal from, well, right here in town. I haven't found where its origin is yet, but I'm close. Benjamin, you have the potential to stop this. Things are going to go downhill very quickly, and we need to prepare for it. We need to prepare to fight. You might be wondering who I am, wondering why I chose this station, this show to broadcast over. Everything is planned. Everything that seems like a coincidence is not. Remember the mansion. Anyway, the signals being sent out aren't important to you right now. They aren't part of your story. The signals coming in are what's important. Do you understand? Coming in, but from where? Think about it. You know what this is. You know what this means. You, Granville, you know. Something big is coming. It isn't going to be easy to fight, so you have to think outside of the box, but... Oh no, there seems to be a signal jammer. Can't keep this up much longer. Fight as best as you can. She's trying to slow you down. Remember the mansion.
Hello, Granaville. I am back. I apologize for the little interruption we just had. A big thanks to Thomas for calling and allowing us to know that our show had been seemingly cut out of the station signal. A weird occurrence if I say so myself. Thomas had mentioned that someone else was speaking over our show, but when Stephen had tuned into the station on his personal radio, we only heard static. The most unfortunate part of this interruption is that we don't have time for me to recap tonight's report. I guess we'll be leaving the story of the local Twin Kisses Creamery to the local news station. And I suppose that none of us will figure out if this quote-unquote Mothman is real or not. I thank you for joining me tonight, Granaville, and I hope your night is wonderful. And before we leave the show, I had almost forgotten that Mrs. Kirtley has asked me to send a message out and see if anyone had seen her son, David. Mrs. Kirtley says she had tried calling David and even going to his house, but he is nowhere to be found. If anyone has any information to David Kirtley's whereabouts, please contact Mrs. Kirtley as soon as possible. Once again, citizens, I thank you for joining me in tonight's broadcast. I believe that from here on out, we should no longer be having any technical difficulties. Stay safe while staying around certain small businesses, and keep your eyes to the sky. Stay on the lookout, and may your days be brighter than the dusk. Granaville is written and directed by Oshay McGrogan, with music by Sam Hinojosa. The voice of Benny Paulsen was Oshay McGrogan. The voice of Markus was Angela Dancer. This week's radio was Cold Shower by Impurities. You can support them and their music by going to impuritiesnv.com with links in the show notes. Thank you for listening.